So ngayon, ang topic na i-discuss natin ay ang Bernoulli's equation with friction, or also known as the modified Bernoulli equation or the energy equation with head losses. So meron tayo dito yung standard equation. So for an ideal fluid in steady flow, the total mechanical energy per unit weight stays constant along a streamline. Yung equation natin dito, pressure 1 minus pressure 2 divided by density plus the gravity times height 1 minus height 2 divided by gravitational constant plus the velocity 1 squared minus velocity 2 squared divided by 2 times ng gravitational constant plus yung efficiency times work power is equal to friction. So yung bawat term dito sa original equation natin, nagre-represent sila ng energy per unit weight or yung tinatawag natin na mga heads. Yung pressure head natin, yun yung pressure divided by density times gravity. Yung velocity head naman natin, yun ay yung velocity squared divided by 2 times gravity. And yung elevation head natin, yun yung z. So take note na yung equation na ito, gumagana lang siya for ideal fluid. Meaning wala siyang yung viscosity, wala siyang friction, and wala din siyang mga losses.
Why friction matters and the modified equation. The modified equation is pressure 1 minus pressure 2 over the rho plus G times H1 minus H2 over GC and plus V1 squared minus V2 squared over 2GC plus the efficiency of the work of the pump and is equal to the friction loss. So, why does friction matter? Dito sa equation natin, friction matters because real fluids have viscosity, and when fluids moves through a pipe, its molecules resist motion. Kaya nagkakaroon talaga ng friction kapag ang fluids is dumadaan sa mga pipe. May friction na nag-resist sa fluid at may friction na nag-resist sa mismong pipe. Ang formula ng friction loss is HL is equal to F LV squared over 2dg. Ang F is the friction factor and the L is the length of the pipe. D is the diameter of the pipe and V is the velocity of the fluid or flow velocity. Ang pag-compute naman sa friction factor ay nakukuha sa Reynolds equation. So kapag laminar ito at nakuha natin na RE is less than 2.1, ang magiging friction factor natin is 16 over RE. Kunwari 2,000 ang nakuha nating Reynolds equation number, friction factor is equal to 16 over 2,000. While kapag turbulent naman, F is equal to 0.001375 quantity 1 plus quantity of epsilon over diameter times 20k plus 10 raised to 6 over the Reynolds equation number raised to 1/3 plus quantity nung lahat ng yun times 0.00137. Ang epsilon is yung roughness ng pipe. Ito, madalas nakikita na to sa mga table ng friction, which is sa case natin sa school is nasa table na siya ng binigay nito.
Water at 280 Kelvin is pumped from a holding tank at atmospheric pressure 101.3 kPa to a reactor operating at 550 kPa. The flow rate is 8.5 liter per second and the reactor is located 12 meters above the holding tank with a diameter of 1 meter. If the pump efficiency is 68% and the fluid friction is equal to 630 joules per kilogram, calculate the power requirement for the pump. So una, kunin muna natin yung density using the given temperature which is the 280 Kelvin. So using the table, makukuha natin yung density which is the 999.867 kg per cubic meter. So after nun, kunin natin yung velocity which is may formula na V equals flow rate over area. So yung flow rate, kailangan muna natin i-convert into cubic meter per second. So 8.5 liter per second times 1 cubic meter over 1,000 liters para ma-cancel out yung liters at mapalitan ng cubic meter. So makukuha natin itong flow rate na 0.0085 cubic meter per second. So nakuha na natin yung flow rate na cubic meter per second. Pwede natin makuha yung velocity which is magiging 0.0108 meter per second. And pagkatapos natin makuha yung velocity, pwede na natin gamitin yung Bernoulli's equation para makuha yung power. Because given naman na lahat yung nandito. So yung unang term natin is PA minus PB over the density, which is 101.3 kilopascal minus 550 kilopascal over 999.862 plus 9.81, which is yung gravitational acceleration, and yung 12 meters na height. And yung HB natin dito is 0 over the 1 kilogram meter per ns squared. Plus 0, which is yung VA squared natin, minus 0.0108 squared, which is yung velocity natin na nakuha kanina, plus yung 0.68 na efficiency times WP na hinahanap equals to 630 joules per kilogram, which is yung fluid friction. So i-transpose natin lahat and divide natin sa 0.68. Ang makukuha natin is 630 joules per kilogram minus negative 448.719 joules per kilogram minus 117.72 joules per kilogram plus 5.832 times 10 raised to negative 5 joules per kilogram. Naging plus to kasi yung minus VV squared natin is magiging negative VB. So yung minus tas yung pag-transpose natin na minus magiging plus. And all over 0.68, which is yung efficiency. So plug in lahat sa calculator at makukuha natin yung 1,413.2970 joules per kilogram. And itong joules per kilogram, i-convert natin siya into watts para masabi natin power. So 1413.2970 joules per kilogram times 0.0085 cubic meter per second times 999.867 kilogram per cubic meter. Para makancel yung kilogram and yung cubic meter, parang matira na lang is yung joules per second, which is yung watts. And makukuha natin dun is 12,011.4268 watts. Tapos gawin natin siyang kilowatts and magiging WP equals to 12.0114 kilowatts.
Problem number 2. Water at 290 Kelvin is pumped from an open reservoir to an open storage tank located 2,000 meters away through a 40 mm diameter pipe. The mass flow rate is 3.5 kilograms per second. The storage tank water surface is 15 meters below the reservoir water surface. The pump efficiency is 72% and the pump delivers 1.8 kilowatts of shock power. Determine the frictional pressure loss in the piping system. So, una, para makuha natin yung frictional loss in kilopascal is kukunin natin yung density ng water at 290 Kelvin. So, based dito sa table, 290 Kelvin na water is meron siyang density na 998.758 kilograms per cubic meter. And then, yun na yung magiging density natin, water density. So, para ma-compute yung frictional losses, is meron tayong equation na P1 minus P2 over density. Pero dito, may mas out na siya kasi yung P1 natin is equals to atmospheric pressure or 101,325 Pascal. And then, ganun din sa pressure 2 na open storage tank, which is parehas lang ng 1 atmospheric pressure. So, dito, itong difference na to is mag-0, so pwede natin i-cancel out. Dito naman, yung H1 minus H2 natin. H1 natin is, since nag-refer tayo dito sa reservoir, is 0. And then, yung H2 naman, sabi niya kasi dito, yung storage tank natin is below dun sa reservoir. So, yung 15 meters dito is gagawin natin negative 15 meters. So, kukunin natin yung difference and makukuha natin is 15 meters. So, ito yan, yung H1 minus H2 is equals to 15 meters. Next naman is yung pump power. So, meron tayong efficiency na 72% and power delivered na 1.8 kilowatts. So, pag pinapangkutay natin yan, is makukuha natin 1.296 kilowatts. Next naman, para makuha natin yung velocity, 2, meron tayong formula na mass flow rate, itong M na may dot sa taas, divided by yung density times yung area. So, using yung given na binigay dito sa problem, meron tayong 3.5 kilograms per second na mass flow rate. And then yung density na 99.8758 kilograms per meter, cubic meter, multiply siya sa area ng 40 mm ng pipe. So, pi over 4 times yung 0.04 meters squared. And then, makukuha natin is 2.7887 meters per second. So, since nakuha na natin lang ng given, or yung kailangan sa formula is pwede na natin ipaki. So, yung G natin is 9.81 meters per second squared times yung height difference na 15 meters over yung gravitational constant na 1 kg meter per newton second squared plus yung 0 meters per second plus quantity squared minus yung velocity ko natin na 2.7887 meters per second squared yun over 2 times yung gravitational constant na 1 kilogram meter per newton second squared plus yung yung work na dinideliver ng pump. So, kanina na-compute natin na yung work is 1.296 kilowatts pero kailangan natin siyang gawin joule per kilogram. So, meron tayo ditong kilowatts which is kilojoules per second. And then, dinivide natin siya. Divide natin. So, meron tayong kilojoule per second divided by kilogram per second. So, magkakansal itong seconds natin and then magiging joules per gram. Or equals niya siya sa meter squared over second squared. So, and then, ipa-plugin na natin sa ipa-plugin na natin sa calculator natin is meron tayong 147.15 joules per kilogram minus 3.8884 joules per kilogram plus yung 0.3703 kilojoules per kilogram equals to yung frictional losses natin. And then pag i-evaluate na natin yan, makakakuha tayo ng 513.5473 joules per kilogram. And then gusto natin siyang ma-convert into kilopascal, so ita-times natin siya sa density o yung rho. So makukuha natin is 513.5473 joules per kilogram times yung 998.758 kilograms per cubic meter. And then makukuha natin yung HL in kilopascal na 512.9095 kilopascal. A water at 300 Kelvin is pumped at a rate of 12 cubic meters per hour from a large open reservoir on open tank. The discharge point is 8 meters above the reservoir surface water. The pipe has 6 cm diameter. The total frictional losses of the system is 3.8 joules per kilogram. The pump efficiency is 65%. Calculate the kilowatt power required for the pump. So sabi dito, kailangan natin ma-compute yung kilowatt o yung kilowatt power ng pump natin. So given na yung temperature natin is 300 Kelvin, i-check natin sa table kung ano yung density ng water natin. So dito, sa table na to, makikita natin ng 300 Kelvin na water is meron siyang density na 996.513. Ito. So, yung formula kanina, yung formula natin is makikita natin na Reynolds ulit yung first term natin. Since na sinabi dito sa problem na meron tayong open reservoir and open tank. So, zero na yan. Kasi yung pressure nila is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure. Next naman na kukunin natin is yung velocity. So, meron tayong flow rate na 12 cubic meters per hour. And then, kukunin natin yung velocity by dividing yung flow rate sa area naman ng pipe. So, we have 12 cubic meters per hour divided by yung pi over 4 ng 6 centimeters divided by 100 centimeters squared. So, meron tayong makukuha na 4,244.13818 meters per hour. And then, i-convert natin yan into seconds, meters per seconds. So, mag-divide tayo ng 3,600. And then, makukuha natin is 1.1789 meters per second. Since nakuha na natin lahat ng required parameters, or may value na tayo ng lahat ng required parameters, is pwede na natin i-compute yung work na din, yung kailangan ng pump. Yung power na kailangan ng pump. So, dito is meron tayo 9.81 meters per second squared multiply sa quantity ng 0 minus 8 meters over yung gravitational constant na 1 kilogram meter per newton second squared plus yung velocity natin, yung kinetic natin energy na 0 squared minus 1.1789 meters per second squared by quantity squared over 2 times yung gravitational constant na 1 kilogram meter per newton second plus yung 65% ng pump natin, power ng pump natin equals sa frictional losses na 3.8 joules per kilogram. Then, pag in-evaluate natin, makukuha natin yung 78.48 joules per kilogram for the first term and then negative 0.6949 joules per kilogram dun sa second and then 0.65 WP dun sa pump natin and then equals sa frictional losses ulit na 3.8 joules per kilogram. So, by transposing, dapat natin sila dito. Or by transposing dito. So, transpose natin lahat. So, yan. And then, pag in-evaluate natin, makakakuha tayo ng 82.9749 joules per kilogram and then divided by yung divide natin ng 0.65 para makuha natin yung power na dinideliver ng pump na 127.6537 joules per kilogram. Pero kailangan natin siya in watts or kilowatts, I should say. And then, kaya natin i-multiply yung density, yung flow rate, and then divide by 3,600 seconds, which is makukuha natin yung value na 424.0286 joules per second. And then, by converting it into kilowatts, makukuha natin yung power na 0.4240 kilowatts.
So, good day everyone, and for my part, I will discuss the importance of the Bernoulli's equation with frictions in electrical engineering field. So, gaano nga ba ka-importante ang equation na to sa ating mga electrical engineering? So, unahin na natin dyan ang rule niya sa cooling system for electrical equipments. So, alam naman natin na maraming electrical equipments tulad na lang transformer, power electronics, data center, server, at motor drives ang nag-generate ng malaking amount ng heat habang nag-operate. Para maiwasan ang overheating, gumagamit tayo ng fluid cooling system. Dito na pumapasok ang Bernoulli's equations with friction. Hindi sapat na alam natin ang pressure at velocity ng isang fluids. Kailangan din natin i-consider ang kanyang friction loss habang dumadaloy ang coolant sa mga pipes. Sa pamamagitan nito, na-determine natin ang tamang pipe requirements, pump size, at expected pressure drops sa system. Kapag mali ang calculation ng friction losses, maaaring kulang ang flow rate ng coolant at na pwedeng magdulot ng overheating and eventually equipment failure. So makikita natin yung flow nun dito sa ating PowerPoint, which is the miscalculated frictions leads to insufficient flow and leads to overheating, and eventually it will lead to equipment failure. So, pangalawa na field na tatalakayan natin is sa hydraulic power transmission. So, dito naman, sa electrical automation and mechatronics, maraming electrical system na i-interact sa hydraulic system, tulad na lang actuators, control valves, at servo system. Kahit electrical engineering tayo, mahalaga maintindihan natin kung paano nagkakaroon ng pressure losses sa fluid system natin. Ang Bernoulli's equations with friction ay ginagamit para malaman ang pressure drop sa pipelines at sa components. Nakatulong ito sa pag-design ng efficient control system para sa pump at valves para matiyak na sapat ang pressure na makakarating sa hydraulic actuators. So, for the third rule of the Bernoulli's equations with friction sa electrical engineering ay sa hydroelectric and renewable energy. For this field naman, alam naman natin na isang hydroelectric plant, ang nagpapatakbo dito ay ang water na isang tubig. So, yung tubig ay dumadaloy sa isang pipeline papuntang turbine. So, yung part na natin tinatawag na feedstock. So, sa pagdaloy ng tubig sa ating feedstock, nagkakaroon ito ng friction losses. So, gamit ang Bernoulli's equations with frictions at Darcy-Weisbach equation, na-compute ng engineers ang friction loss na ito. Mahalaga ito dahil ang net head o ang actual na energy na available sa turbine ay equal sa gross head minus the friction losses. Kapag tama ang pag-compute ng losses, ma-optimize ng ang part diameter at water velocity na kaya magpataas ng efficiency at power output sa isang hydroelectric system. Lastly, pang-apat na rule ng Bernoulli's equation with frictions sa electrical engineering ay sa microfluid thermal management. Sa modern printed circuit boards or the PDCs, high-density electronic chips, gumagamit na ngayon ng napakaliit na fluid channel para sa cooling system ito. Kahit microscale ang system, applicable pa rin ang Bernoulli's equations with frictions. Gamit ito, makakalculate ang pressure drop sa maliliit na channels at para matukoy ang tamang micropump na gagamitin. Sa pamagitan nito, magiging mas effective ang cooling ng electronic device habang pinapanatili ito ang compact designs. So that's the 4 examples of the importance of the Bernoulli's equation in the electrical field. So there's a lot more of the field that use the Bernoulli's equations with frictions. For the next slides, this is the summary and the key takeaways. So from the beginning of this video, natagal natin ang govern theories and principles ng isang Bernoulli's equation with frictions. Na-discuss rin kanina yung kanyang equations or yung mga governed equations na ginagamit din natin dito sa topic na to. And with the 3 examples ng paggamit ng mga equation na to sa iba't ibang scenarios. So, cover ko rin yung importance nito sa ating mga electrical engineers. So to summarize all of it, the modified Bernoulli's equation extends the ideal model by adding head loss or the HL. The Darcy-Switchback equations give you an HL from pipe geometry, flow velocity, and the friction factor. For electrical engineering, this topic shows up in the cooling system design, power generation, hydraulic control, and thermal management. Hence, that's our presentation for the Bernoulli's equations with frictions. Thank you.